y'all doing?
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Achilles, and this is my first video. This is absolutely insane, absolutely wild. To me, maybe not to y'all, but hey, girl, we're getting into it. Today's video is going to be about kind of like my art journey, why I'm into art, why I started a YouTube channel in the Lord's Day or year of 2026, because it's kind of giving unk status. No shade, no shade. But girl, we will get right into it. Okay, wait, to preface, so what I'm drawing is kind of like a drag zombie lady who, you know, she's kind of giving 80s with like the leopard or the spiky hair. Why she's a zombie, I'm not sure. I was throwing a bit of like trailer trash in the makeup. You'll all see it later when it's like done. But just to kind of like preface that, and to preface it even more, I'm a preface this kind of girl. When I draw, for the majority of the time, I just kind of let like the spirit take over my body. I don't really plan much, and that's my downfall. And now we can get into my art journey and then what has led to a YouTube channel in 2026. So goddamn embarrassing. Okay, so how would I even start this? I feel like I have been drawing for an extremely long time. I feel like even like as a child, I was really into art. I feel like when I was probably like prior to like 12 years old, I was really into like anime, which maybe you see my art, maybe you don't, but I was really into like not like crazy anime, like the Americanized anime, like think Pokemon on like Kids 4, Digimon, things like that. And they had these absolute divas. Number one diva, Misty. And then like those chic Pokemon, Star You, Star Me. And I think something about that, the queer mind at an early age was really drawn to anime, but in particular, the girls in anime. So a lot of my early art, and sorry I don't have photos, girl, I don't know, that burned in a fire maybe. A lot of that art was around women. I've always drawn women, or feminine figures, we will say, as my art. And it has just kind of been like a safe space for me, I guess. I guess it's also like a hobby. I feel like, you know, kids are always pressured to pick something and then stick with it their entire lives. Particularly boys or those who are a bit more masculine choose sports. But I was not one of them. I grew up in a really small town in Texas. I felt kind of like isolated a lot of the times. So art was an outlet. And also the internet. I feel like the internet maybe plays a part in my artistic mind or personality. I feel like no one growing up really was into the internet like me. It just like wasn't like the cool thing to like have like maybe social media or like be chronically online, but I was like so into it because like that's where all the cool queer people were. But getting back into it, around 2012, which wild year, I was 12. Okay, clock it, young. Ew. I discovered the show RuPaul's Drag Race. I know. Oh my goodness, it always goes back to that show. The hyperfixation of my entire life. But anyways, RuPaul's Drag Race season 12. At the time, I believe All Stars 1 was airing. However, I used to go on this crazy website called like freetv like .com.tv or something, freetv.tv, who knows. And it was like a project to like provide free TV, and they had Drag Race. How I got into Drag Race, or how I found it, I really can't remember. I believe it's Tumblr, which again, crazy. I had unregulated internet access as a 12-year-old. I was on Tumblr. I was on these like crazy free websites to watch TV, discover Drag Race. I started with, I believe it was season 5, and maybe season 4. Obviously, I really blocked a lot of my childhood out. Okay, trauma dump. But what I remember, like my first thought, imagination, or whatever memory of Drag Race was Jinx Monsoon, his Marie Antoinette look, and that brought a smile to my face. Like, bitch, at that time, that was so gaggy. Okay, to a 12-year-old who also had not seen season 3, Rajas. But it was so pink, it was so girly, and I had never seen that before. It's what I was craving as a gay kid who was constantly being bullied for gay and effeminate. It was crazy. And it blew my mind. They were sickening. They were serving. Season 5, I don't know if that's my favorite season, but that's kind of where my art shifted. And trigger warning, what I'm about to get into, who like really inspired my art, this is wild. I don't think I've ever said this. It was, again, trigger warning, Sharon Needles and Alaska. Now, at this time, I don't think that they really showed it a lot. like on TV or like really posted about it, but Sharon Needles and Alaska they drew drag queens. This was the first time I'd ever seen a drag queen drawn. And I just remember there's one photo in particular, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, of a chalk drawing that I believe, again, trigger warning, Sharon drew. And it was this woman with these giant cheekbones, a strong jawline, and that cut crease. Oh, it was so, like, saying it back, like, it always makes me smile because, like, it was a combination of things I love so much, or, like, I was beginning to love. And it kind of, like, it was also, again, drag, which, like, why I fell in love with drag so much was, like, it was everything I had an interest in. I mean, fashion, dressing up, makeup, performance, girl turning a look, I don't know, being fierce. Anyways, so at the beginning stages of my art, or when I was kind of transitioning away from anime to these draggier looks, I actually turned to a lot of drag queens who, the majority of them, well, not the majority of them, a few of them are artists. I think Pearl's also an artist. Her work was also influencing me. That's a less triggering name to people. Alaska, Raja used to have a YouTube thing on WoW called Raja Draja. I believe that's how you would say that. Yeah, there were all these queer folks, and I don't think I ever let go of it. So again, this was around 2012. And we can kind of skip forward. In high school, I was really focused on getting extremely good grades, what would bring my GPA up. So I kind of didn't really take that many art classes. I took one art class freshman year, and then I took an art class, AP Art, my senior year. And let's just say I have never once really learned the fundamentals of art. I'll be so honest. I'm sure you're looking at this and can tell. I draw based on a vibe, what feels right to me. So taking AP Art at that time was, not gonna lie, like, so above what I could even do. Like, I kind of remember some of the drawings that I did, and looking back at them, I've seen photos, so bad, so ugly, oh my god, crazy. If you don't know, AP Art, like, if you do a certain amount of drawings, send it to the board, it's like any other AB test, and they judge what you do, girl, they judge your drag. And I think my theme was around, like, beauty standards, which is so crazy, because I don't even think at that time I, like, even fully grasped that. Like, I should have thought of something stronger, but, oh, should I revisit that? That would be so wild if I revisited it. Okay, that glow up. But, yeah, I think that was one of, like, the like, last memories I have of, like, really giving it my all in art. Again, I had no kind of, really training. I mean, like, if you've taken public school art, I think you know that they don't really focus on a lot of the fundamentals or, like, even anatomy. And if they do, girl, I clearly was not paying attention. That was, you know, from 2016 to, like, 2018 or 2019. I forget. Yikes. And then we get into college, which I was an advertising major, but I like to focus on graphic design. And I don't think I really drew that much in college. Because I just don't think it was, like, something I prioritized. I don't think I, like, really would see it as being helpful. And, I mean, girl, I spent the majority of my college in the pandemic. Yeah, so I think a lot of people took that time to be creative. A girl, who knows what I was doing? I was, like, so young and naive to the world that I just had to take it on the chin, waste that time, and now we can skip. We'll skip. Basically, I moved to Nashville in 2023. I don't think I did any drawing that first year. Well, okay. I will say I've tried to get back into drawing. Around 2022, I got an iPad and Procreate, which is how I make my current drawings, okay? The Procreate girl is going wild right now. And then in 2023, moved to Nashville. 2024, probably did no art. 2025, I dabbled. You know what? I would need to look back, but I think I was dabbling. But basically, I want to talk about 2026. Okay, if we're being for real. And I have decided to do self-care. I know. Okay, that word is overused, but I'm taking it serious, I promise. I started going to a meditation class. I started therapy. And I don't know. I have felt kind of not a weight lifted off of me, but I'm finding joy in creating again. And in a way that I've never created before. I mean, my God. I, like, used to never finish a drawing, and I don't think my turnout rate of finishing drawings is anything crazy now, but I have multiple drawings that are finished, and that is so insane to me, and I'm really proud of myself. And why? Oh my god, we're finally getting to it. Why I started a YouTube channel? Again, I am just feeling so a lust for life that I've not felt in so long, and that is, I say that very lightly in a way that I understand what is currently going on in the world. I mean, my god. But it's it's hard to talk about feeling good when so much bad is going on in the world, and yet I think that this is the right thing to do. I think I really want to share my art because I have a passion for it and I cannot let the world's catastrophes stop me. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't know where we're at in the drawing, but I can get back to that. This diva. Oh, should we get into the inspiration? Okay, pretty late. We'll get into the inspiration. I told you all some of this stuff in the beginning, but the makeup was kind of inspired by, I forget her name now. I believe her name is Riley. I hope that's it. But she formerly used to go as Rubber Doll, and her kind of bestie at the time was Lisa Lombog. Again, I have nothing in front of me. I'm really just vibing this one out for the first video. But the drawing at first was supposed to go back to like 2016. You know, that was the trend for a second. Looking back 2016 years ago, insane. And drag at the time was so influenced by like online culture and Tumblr and things like that. There was a bit of grunge, you know, a bit of grunge too. So when you see the sketch at the beginning, I feel like you kind of saw that more. But as I said, I don't really stick to a plan or have a plan when I draw. I just kind of go with the flow. And that's how we ended up here with this punk rock zombie diva, which in a weird way, I have been drawing a lot of zombies lately. A lot of creatures. I should have talked about the meaning of my art, but that has to do with it. Being like otherworldly, not being human enough, I think, kind of plays into how it feels to be queer in this world. Always. And thank you so much. I'm not sure if I have anything else to say. My on Instagram is Saint Achilles, or St.Achilles on Instagram. I share a lot of my art. I post a lot of random other stuff. If you like this, you can subscribe, or you can like, or do both, or I don't know how often I'm going to be posting, but this has been fun. Thank you.